What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here, and today we are playing some Watcher of Realms. Guys, as you can see in the top left of my screen here, we have very little gems. And that is because we summoned this weekend. And I recorded it on my phone because I was unable to be at my computer, and I uploaded it to the internet that way, to the YouTubes that way. But I wanted to give some commentary on the summons, so we actually pulled up the privated video. We're going to watch that video together so you guys can see what we got, and then we'll take a look at the account as is. So let's go ahead and just dive right into that video. Here we go. So you'll see I actually pulled 2 times on this Gwendolyn banner before I started recording, because I thought I had started recording and I didn't. And unfortunately, it was my mistake. But we've got some awesome summons here, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So I'm going to let this play while I kind of discuss what we were going for and the reasons why we did the pulls that we did. So I decided to go in for Gwendolyn. And the reason I decided to go in for Gwendolyn is because, A, I really like Elder and Ardea, and if I happen to get them in the future, I want to be able to use them with their sort of like best comp, and in my opinion, I believe that Gwen is going to be in that composition. I also have a reason to believe that it is going to do me good to have pulled Gwen, because I can make content, right? Gwen is a limited unit. Not everyone is going to be able to get her, and I think that that's something that's really important for me as a content creator. You'll also see that I had a good chunk of diamonds. That's because I actually got some of my content creator rewards this weekend right before the banners came out. And so because of that, I felt like I could pull the trigger and go ahead and start summoning. And so that's what we did. We went in on this Gwen banner. And guys, I gotta say, like, I feel like I had really good rates. I mean, you're seeing the summons behind me. I got a lot of epics, and quite a few of these epics were actually epics that I hadn't fully maxed yet. And so because of that, I actually got a lot of progression. And that was really, really cool for me. I really enjoyed that. We got quite a few people up to A5. We also pulled a couple dupes of Estrid, which is really cool too. She's one of the, one of the better epics, and also one of the rarest epics. And I believe I ended up getting 2 copies of her. So we might end up building her in the future as well. She could do some really good things for me. But the other reason I decided to go for Gwen is because my account has a lot of really good heroes. Don't get me wrong. But one place that my account really lacks is in healers, and Gwen is a healer, especially with this Immortal Codex that's coming up, which there will be a video on that coming up here soon. So, definitely take a look out for that. But I wanted to be able to have a good healer that I could bring in there that's not just one of those epics, right? I know that the epics do a really good job. You're looking at, your hollows, your vortexes. They all do a really good job. But Gwendolyn has the potential to make it just that much better, because her shield, I think, will actually be really good if it's placed onto the big Iona, right? And so because of that, I think we'll end up seeing some really, really good value from her in this Immortal Codex. I also foresee her having some good value potentially when it comes to the guild boss in the future, with that sort of Ardea, Elder, Falcha type combo. Now, of course, I don't have Falcha, and I don't think I'll be able to ever get her, right? But if we were to pull Ardea or Elder, we may be able to make some really cool comps with that. And I think that'd be really cool to showcase on my account for you guys on the YouTube, right? So that's kind of the main reason why I went in for this banner. But also just because I felt bad not getting Falcha, right? It felt really bad not being able to get her. And so because of that, I really didn't want to have that sort of FOMO again, which I know is a terrible way to use your gems and to summon. But I really, really like Gwen. I like her kit. I've always thought that a shielder would be really good for the game. And this has given me the chance to prove that I think that Gwen is really going to be, good for the game. And if it isn't obvious already with the amount of gems that I have, we did get Gwendolyn, all right? It's not really spoiled, right? Because we have enough to go all the way to pity, and I was going for her. Why not go all the way? So we did get her. Obviously, you will see her summoned towards the end of this video. But I gotta say, man, like, I'm really, really happy with this decision, and we'll show you my Gwen after this. Like I said, we'll take a look at the account after we watch the rest of these summons. but you'll be able to see what I was able to do with her. And I really am proud of what I was able to do with her, right? I think that she's done a really good job for me in Immortal Codex, and I think that she will continue to do a good job for me in the future as well. But we've actually gotten some pretty good pulls, so I want to talk a little bit about the pulls, right? We've gotten 2 copies of Estrid, which is really, really awesome. We've also gotten a ton of epics that, again, I didn't have maxed out, such as Lightlock, which is not the greatest, but it's not bad. We also ended up picking up a couple copies of Maul as well, which is really, really good for us. And this is actually a legendary, which I'm really, really happy about. Now, the thing that's unfortunate about this is it's probably one of the worst legendaries I could have pulled, but at the same time it's a really good legendary, and the reason is I already have a Kineza. You've seen my video on Kineza in the past, and the reason why I'm okay with pulling Kineza here is because this takes her to A1, and if you remember from my video before, Kineza A1 is very good, right? It's a pretty strong champion. She has some healing built into her kit once she reaches that A1, which is really, really good. And I think she's going to end up having some use for sure in the future. But we'll have to see what happens with that. So, but I'm not necessarily mad about this pull because, again, that A1 is actually really, really good for her. So, definitely not mad, because if she does end up having some viability, getting her to that A1 is going to be really good. And you'll see back-to-back legendaries, guys. Here is another legendary, and this is why I'm not mad about these pulls, because we did really, really well with pulling them. My video here seems to be dying. Are we gonna get shafted right now with this? Did my internet just die? I think my internet died. Well, that is unfortunate. But that's okay, guys. All that was Gwendolyn, by the way. We pulled her on 210. I'm a little sorry that you couldn't see that, but here she is live and in the flesh. And, I gotta say, man, I'm really, really happy with her. I think she's going to do wondrous things for my account. I'll show you how I have her built. We have her built pretty decent, in my opinion. She's not in my best gear, but she's in some pretty good gear, right? We've got pretty solid gear here. We've got, some more HP here with attack speed, rage regen, and heal effects. Definitely not the highest rolls, obviously, right? But not bad. We'll definitely make some adjustments as we get some better gear. But we got some decent sets, right? Not terrible. Definitely could be better, and of course we'll continue to go there. We've got her with a euphoric orb, because we actually did get another euphoric orb, which is really awesome. But yeah, guys, super, super exciting. And there's something else here that you guys might have noticed. I did not record the rest of my summons. I'm a little sad that I didn't, because I was sort of rage pulling for Boreas. But you'll see we picked up a Cerberus. And we already 6-starred him, right? We actually were able to use him on the final day of the last Immortal Codex fight, which was really, really exciting. Unfortunately, he didn't really get a lot of work done, because I didn't really have enough time to play with him and actually get him, in the right sort of place, right? So where I could get the sort of strat down. So definitely the next round we'll be able to do some more cool stuff with Cerberus, and I'm really excited about that. We also pulled the man, the myth, the legend himself, Boreas, which, man, I'm so excited about this. I love these icy champions. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man, the Gwendolyn and the Boreas look is just so cool. I just love them so much, and I do not regret pulling it all during this event. Boreas, I think, is going to do wonders for my account. This is sort of the build I have him in right now. I do need to find another piece to put in this slot, preferably Sobal Arcana, but we'll have to see. We might end up changing the build around a little bit, because we just kind of threw it together, because I was doing this all at work, and I don't have my computer at work, so it's on the phone, so definitely could not sit down and really grind things out the right way. But I gotta say, I'm really, really happy with Boreas. I'm excited to use him in Gear Raid 1 and other game modes as well. But guys, that is not all. We also pulled A1 Nocturne, which kind of not the greatest pull in the world, right? Because, or is it Impure Wings, getting the additional 5 seconds is good, don't get me wrong. But I'm not really using Nocturne anymore, right? I've pulled Hex, and Hex is just better than Nocturne, at least from what I understand. We may try Nocturne out again now that he has the A1. He may end up being better than Hex, but I really don't think that's the case. If you guys have any sort of place that I can go to really like see for sure who's better, I'd love for that information. Leave it in the comment section down below. But I definitely think Hex is 99.9% of the time going to be better than Nocturne, but we will have to see what happens. But guys, that is not all. That is not all. We also pulled 2 copies of Aurum. And guys, I gotta say, I am very happy about this. And I know a lot of people are saying Aurum's not that great. He's, not the best. And I will agree. He's not the best champion in the game. I will 100% agree with that. However, he's better than Titus, which is great. Also, I really like DPS tanks, and he's a DPS tank, right? He has this crit rate buff and this AoE or single target smash that does a ton of damage. And when you get his A1, that smash is actually a guaranteed crit. So I currently have him built sort of a little bit tanky, but also a little bit DPS with the, HP bonuses, but using Glacier. There's definitely some room for improvement. I kind of want to sit down and tinker with his gear. I could see a use for him to be in potentially like Infernal Roar, right? Because of his basic is the thing that's doing a ton of the damage. I would assume at least that the Hammer Smash is considered a basic. So we'll have to do some testing with him, but I'm very excited to, do that testing. And I think that Aurum is phenomenal. I love him, and getting his A1, not necessarily the worst, especially because we did end up getting Boreas along the way, which is really, really good. And then the last thing we got, guys, was an A1 Regulus, which I am definitely not mad about. This is actually really good. When his morale is activated, he gives a defense increase to all allies, right? So his morale is the ultimate, which helps surrounding enemies survive by sort of taking that damage. Well, this means that now they're going to have defense, which means they're going to take less damage, which means he's going to take less damage, which is just really good. Now, I haven't put a lot of investment into my Regulus, so this will definitely sort of be on the back burner, but I do know that him getting to, for example, A3 is really, really good, and of course, A5 is even better, but really, just having him at this A1 is really, really powerful for some certain stages in places such as Void Rift, and Gear Raid 2, etc. But we also got a ton of epics, right? We were able to get A4 on Lightlock. Let's see, there was a couple others that we got as well. We got A5 on Bruno, A5 on Tazira. We got some Imani and Soleil copies. We got A1 for our Estrid, which is really, really good as well, giving her that extra range. And I think we got some other stuff too. Oh yeah, we got an A1 for our Aatrox, which is really good. Let's see. We got A3 for Nisande, which is also really good. But yeah, we had a really, really good summoning session, and I'm really, really happy with what I was able to get out of this. So let me know in the comment section down below, what did you guys do this weekend? Did you summon? If you did you hit? Did you get what you wanted from summoning? I'd really, really like to see what you guys got. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see more content from me coming in the future. And also, guys, this video is going to be going up on Christmas, so Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.